Good evening,
everyone.
Welcome for tonight's live. It's Friday, it's 9 p.m.
Yes.
And we are back again with a session on
How to ace your career.
Introduce myself. I'm Nutan. I'm a career and a life coach, and I coach mid-age professionals, people with 12 to 15 years of experience. When they get stuck in their career, when they feel that they're not receiving the growth that they desire, but they don't know where they are stuck, is the time when they approach me. If they want to change their job, have a new job, look for a career transition or change, that is where they reach out to me. And the best part is, in all these years, not one of my clients has missed to get the results that they have come for. That's the reason that we started reaching out to more people through our virtual workshops. And thanks to this LinkedIn platform, it's given us that opportunity to reach out to many, many more people.
Absolutely. I'm Dheeraj, and I'm a career coach, business coach, and a life coach. And both of us together, we create a company called as ND Life Coaching. Yay! Today we are coming out with a very interesting topic. The demand of public and our own clients. The biggest challenge that we feel people when they go for an interview is how to negotiate your worth, and that's what we're going to talk about. How are you going to make this happen?
So first of all, I would love to know from all of you here attending our live session, have you ever faced this challenge in your life when you're giving an interview and you're not very sure on how to negotiate the salary? You go through the interview very well, you're prepared, you give the answers, you're sure that you want to get through. But when it comes to discuss the salary, that's where the uncertainty comes in. Yes. So if you have faced such kind of a challenge, then do let us know, because that's how we'll understand that we are able to help you through this entire session.
Absolutely.
So like I said, most people, and especially women, find it very uncomfortable to negotiate their salary in a job interview.
After so many years of experience and coaching men and women both, what we've observed that there are men also who have this challenge, but particularly we've seen women being more uncomfortable with negotiating their salary, not really feeling great about talking about the money.
And that's not meant for only people who are introvert. One of my clients is an absolutely dynamic woman, very ambitious, has achieved so much in her career. But when the first time she came to me and we were working on her job change, the most uncomfortable or the most difficult part was negotiating a salary.
Absolutely.
A salary which is your true worth, which you feel you deserve.
So, after speaking to a lot of people, we understood one of the biggest factor that why people are uncomfortable is uncertainty of their worth, or the fear, what if they say a no and I lose an opportunity. This fear is the biggest factor due to which people are not so comfortable to ask the money that they demand.
One thing which I would like to tell here, and I don't want to miss this opportunity sharing, that Dheeraj has coached one of the client at an absolutely peak of his age. So your client was at 55 years of age when he came to us, that he has realized at this age that he's not really making the money that he wanted to make over all these years. And now that they have made some changes in their life, they just adopted a beautiful little girl, and that is why he all of a sudden felt the need of much more money in his life. And that's why he felt he should do something to make the money. Both of us, when we got to know this client, were unsure on what we should do, because it's really very difficult age, right? But then, believe me, all this what we have been doing with all our clients, Dheeraj did it with him, and we are glad to share that.
Yeah, in just a span of 9 months, he got a job in a multinational company, and the best part was he was interviewing for a national role, and looking at his experience, they have given him as a global head operations. So that was an amazing breakthrough we could get to him.
So which means age doesn't really matter. So what matters, how do you can handle these two inhibitions and confidently ask the salary that you want, is what we are going to share today.
Yep.
And the most important factor for that is you should know what's your true worth.
Yes.
If you don't know that, how will you really be able to negotiate? So here are certain practical tools
Yes.
to deal with these inhibitions and work on assessing your true worth and then confidently mentioning that in the interview. So basically, your worth is your market value.
Yes.
In fact,
Like, in our workshop, we teach people that 5M how to ace your career in details. But tonight, we will try to cover the essential point in a short span that we have with us.
so as we all know, market value really depends on one, the demand of the product.
Yes.
Second, how is the product fulfilling the customer's need? And the price of the product is really decided on what is the competitor range, what is the demand, how will the customer respond to this price range.
Yes.
And that is where the company takes a decision to price the product. Similarly, in case of your worth, all these factors have to be considered. You will say, is it really a product and I being compared? Yes, of course, because when you're sitting for a job interview, all you're trying to do is sell yourself.
Absolutely. We are all here who are selling ourselves, our services, our expertise, our skill set. That's what we are doing.
So, if you want to know what is your market value, how you're going to fulfill the need of the client, which is the company that you're applying for, then let's try and understand it from these few points. And I want each one of you who's looking for a job to have a paper and pen, and please write this. If you miss on any of this, you're not getting your true worth. So first thing, you really need to know what are the skills that are in demand now, currently, for your role or for the next role that you're aiming for.
Yeah. So first is skill set. What are the skill set required to get that kind of job, get that money? And second, do I have that skill set? That's number one.
If I don't have, I need to work on it.
Of course, there's no two way about it. Second, how good you are in your functional expertise. And that is something not only you are talking about it, the people talking about it. That's more important. Like I know a person whom I'm coaching, and he believes that he's very good in what he does, and there's so much of great job that he's done, and people appreciate an ABCD. So I said, great. So go in the market and tell people that you are open for the job. And people started avoiding. And he said, everybody's saying that, there's no market, there's no this, there's no that. And there's another client whom I'm coaching, and he also said the same thing. And the moment he said that he's open, you will not believe, I'm not exaggerating, 12 people immediately approached him. You know what? When do you want to join us? Because he's that good. So when I say that I'm really good in my functional expertise, I should not be any form of myth or any form of illusion. I should be absolutely clear that yes, I am extremely good in my functional expertise.
So like we said, the first is about, do you have the skill sets which are in demand? Second is about your functional expertise.
Yes.
The next is about all your accomplishments. What is that you've accomplished in all the years of your work life? You need to know that. An accomplishment means how have you helped the organization grow?
Yes.
It's not about how did you do so great. Your work, how did it help the organization? How did you bring value to the people around you or to your company in terms of whatever way? Could be cost reduction, could be improved
whatever.
profitability.
How did you help your client? Okay, that also goes a big accomplishment. How, because of your service, because of your expertise, your client could achieve many things. The client could get more profits, or client could get more work, or whatever. That's what is very, very crucial here.
The next and the most important one is your attitude.
Yes.
So I have been interviewing a lot of successful people who have climbed the corporate ladder, and when I ask them, what do you see in a candidate while hiring them? And that's not at the beginning of the career, any point of the career ladder, what are the qualities that you see in a candidate? And almost everyone said this in different ways.
Yes.
That they see the attitude of that person. The attitude of that person. They said that if the person is lacking in functional skills, he can be trained. But if he doesn't have the right attitude, then we don't hire him. That important is having the right attitude and mindset when you're looking for a job. Soft skills
like soft skills are extremely important. Okay, we don't give so much of importance, but it is very, very good. Like adaptability, how comfortable and flexible you are to be in any given situation. Because people who are rigid are not adaptable, and that becomes a pain. Then, are you a team player or no? Because today's world, being a team player is crucial, because already people who work for 15 years, they are definitely going to get into a managerial role or leadership role where team player is going to be very important. Second, are you an optimistic guy or you're a pessimistic guy? Because that makes a lot of difference. So if you don't have that positive attitude and you're always seeing the negativity in everything, in people, in environment, in situation, then also that's not going to help. Then are you a person who's a quick learner, or you're taking months and ages to learn something? Then how good are your relationship skills or other people skills? Because today, as you know, business or growth or anything is a byproduct of relationship. How great you are in people skills. And of course, the key, as you all know, communication. Okay, today we are in the world of communication. Let it be, and that is not related only to work. We truly believe, let it be work, family, friends, anywhere, communication is the key. So these are the very important soft skills that you need to see, that do I have that in me, due to which I can get that kind of job and that money.
And the soft skill list goes on. It's not the end. We have just picked up very few of them. There are many, and you can find out which are the soft skills that are truly required for your role. Now, what you need to do is introspect on all the above points.
Yes.
And work on the aspects that you're lacking.
True.
Then let's get on to the price of the product.
Absolutely.
So like we know, the price of the product is decided based on the market research. Similarly, you need to do a thorough research on the salary paid by the companies in your industry.
Yep.
Whichever industry and whichever domain or function you're working, you need to know what's happening in the market. Platforms like Glassdoor, LinkedIn give you some kind of indication on what is the salary or the compensation that's been offered by the employer. Also, researching about the company culture is really very crucial.
Yes.
Once you do this research, it really helps you to decide the range that you need to consider before pitching in your figure. It helps you decide the range that you need to consider before pitching in the figure. You still have not got the true worth. This is one of the aspects of pitching the right price. Then
it's very important is that once you know what the company wants and what you have to offer, you know what is the industry benchmark, then you are in a very strong position to command the situation. If you can add much more value than what they are expecting from this role, then you can demand a high salary, and then the benchmark shown by all these platforms. I say, very important that with a lot of humility, that all our clients, I can proudly say, that have got the salary that they decided.
It didn't really matter what was the benchmark of the industry.
Yes.
Why am I saying this? Because if you're great at your work, then you don't need to worry about the benchmark. But for that, you have to be truly an outstanding performer in your current role.
Yes.
Every organization wants an employee who's a great performer, who's an excellent team player, who's loyal to the organization, who's interested in the company and the peers' growth. So giving your best every single day and improving your best version every single day is what really decides your true worth. And I would like to repeat this once again. Giving your best every single day and improving that best every day is what really decides your true worth. This is exactly the process I follow with all of my clients in their existing role, and then I let them apply for the new
Absolutely.
job.
Now, what is important is, for example, I need to realize where I stand and what is my position in the market. How much am I valuable? And that depends on your demand in the market. Like the moment you decide, like for example, currently we are going in a place where there is almost 1 to 2 years waiting for people to take. They are waiting when will a client leave so that they can come in. Now this shows that how good we are in what we do. No matter how much I say I am great and I'm running behind people to come and join me, which means there is something missing. Same way, once you know, then now you are clear, this is who you are, this is what value you can add, and this is what, then the thing you need to focus on, your networking.
So really one more very important thing to do to increase your worth is networking. And believe me, it's never been as easy to network than in today's digital age, where you have the opportunity to reach out to anyone.
Absolutely.
And this I can tell from my own experience. In the last 3 to 4 months, I've really reached out to people whom I don't know, I have no kind of connection.
Yes.
And invited them to share their traits of success, the reason why they have grown in the corporate ladder, what are they doing or looking at when they're hiring candidates, and all kind of questions. And people who are listening to our interviews in the past few weeks would know that. And none of them said a no unless the organization had a challenge if they're sharing their views. And people at all levels, CEO, MD, have come here and shared their views on this platform. So dear friends, networking, if you can't network today, you can never network. All you need to do is learn the skill and keep improving on it every day. Learn the skill and keep improving on it every day. That gives you a chance or a way to find out more about the company that you're applying in. It enhances your opportunity to get more job opportunities. And it also helps you to get the inside information of the existing salary structure. So you can negotiate better.
Absolutely. Also, one more point that I want to add here. Like while during the interview, whenever there is a question being asked to you, are you giving a theory to that question? Are you trying to answer in form of knowledge or intellect? Or for every question, do you have a real life story? Because after working for 15 to 20 years in a given scenario which is kept in front of you, and you're just trying to answer by a theory that I will do this, and you actually have not delivered it, which means something is not correct. But if there is someone who, after, like there's a client of mine, all our clients we do that. The question being asked to them, they always have a real life story. Now, the more you are able to give a real life story, prove that how good really you are in what you're doing. And by default, your worth has gone up. You're not a guy who's giving theory. You're a guy who's giving what you have actually done. And that shows your value.
In fact, very valid point that Dheeraj just narrated, because today there is no dearth of knowledge.
Yes.
There is no dearth of information. It's available on your fingertips. And with AI coming into function, there is even more relevant information available just like that. So information is not what they are seeking in an interview.
Yes.
They are wanting to know how you have really worked in those kind of situations and made a difference in the organization.
So the more you give this, like my client recently whom I'm talking about, why did they select him and they gave him the next level? Because he said, you know what, you have done everything, much more than we expect. And that is why we are giving you this global role. Because not a single question he was, except, tell me something about yourself. That's it. Remaining everything he had, real life story. Because 27 years of work ex. Imagine the vastness of the experience that he could share.
Now, once you know your worth, then it's about fighting your
fear.
And the only way you can become confident about anything really depends on the efforts that you have taken to prepare yourself.
Absolutely.
For example, like he mentioned, a client with 27 years of experience.
And worked in one company.
Or 15 years of experience. There is so much you would have gone through in your career which you would not remember just like that, right?
Yes.
So you need to prepare for that interview. Once you prepare, then you rehearse.
Like we rehearse with the client at least 10 times minimum. Yes. 10 times we rehearse with the client to see that he is really ready for that interview.
So prepare and rehearse. When you rehearse, you know what to prepare more.
Yes.
When you prepare more, you rehearse more. And when you continue this cycle, that practice is what builds your confidence. You're sure that any question comes in, you'll have the answer at the tip of your tongue.
Absolutely. And what is the beauty of rehearsing and preparing? That when you're actually delivering the interview, your brain is not nervous, because for your brain, it's actually happened. 10 times you've done the same thing. Now you know, it's so confident, it's so chill there. So the moment there is a question, your brain is giving you all the answers because one is already been through it. That's why you need to go on and prepare and prepare and prepare.
Most people just don't want to do anything out of the fear.
Yes.
And they feel that moment I'll just give an answer. It's not going to help you, dear friends. It is going to put you in a position where you got an opportunity coming at your doorstep and you just kicked it out from your door. So don't do that. You have to really prepare and rehearse and prepare, and use the opportunity that has come your way. Lastly, you can negotiate when you're in a strong position. What do you mean by strong position? I always ask my clients to keep giving interviews and get 2 to 3 offer letters, because that gives you a very strong position to negotiate. Negotiate at the place that you truly genuinely want to work. So these days, even HR doesn't consider that as a negative trait.
Yes.
Many people are worried about creating a bad image, or starting at a wrong foot. It's not true. People, even in the HR, are okay that you've come and you've negotiated, because they know now once you get what you're truly wanting, you will stay in the organization and you will deliver. It will not happen that you'll join and you'll move out in the next month or in the next 6
Yes.
months. You will still be there because that is what you decided you wanted. So it's a good idea to have 2-3 offers and then thoroughly negotiate in the organization that you want to work.
Now, one more point, that while selecting the company, it's just not about money, because money doesn't decide everything. Of course, it's an important aspect. Like I've seen a lot of people doing that mistake when they came to us, that they took a job because it paid them more. And once they reached there, it did not match with their values, with their morals, with their principles. And that's why they finally, after 3 months and 6 months, decided to quit the job, and quit without having the job in hand. That should not happen. So there would be some more important things that you would want to consider while selecting a job. Okay, that's very, very crucial. So put all of that in your list while negotiating. For example, is the environment dynamic?
Now, some people who are really very ambitious and want to go out there and create and do, and every day should be an adventure.
Yes.
Will need a dynamic environment, a great work culture where the pace of the organization is absolutely on track, while the others would like a more peaceful environment where there is not much of rush. They come, they deliver 8 hours, and when they come back, they have cut off from work. Each individual has their own
a different. You
requirement.
may want a hybrid kind of situation today, or you want work from home, or you want to go in the offices. Look at all your requirement. Look at that work-life balance. Okay, if you are in that stage of life where you are in your 35-40, naturally you would like to consider that. Then also see, is the company interested in the growth? If the company feels like, I was speaking to a company and a guy, and he's working with a company which is almost 50 years now, and he feels that the company has reached a stage, because they're number one in what they do. So it's reached a stage of stagnancy. And now after 20 years, he feels there's no growth that the company is seeing. Naturally, when the company is not growing, the employees are feeling stagnant. So you need to check that. Also, you need to see, as a company, are they thinking of their employees' growth? That is also very important.
Then do they provide opportunities for you to take up new courses?
Yes.
Do they sponsor those or give you the time to attend the classes?
Yes.
Of course, you'll have to complete and perform or outperform at your role. So you can't say that because I'm studying something, my company has to compensate on the work front. That's an absolutely wrong attitude.
Yes.
But there are companies who sponsor your growth. There's a client of mine who's offered a degree at IIM, a post-graduation degree, specially meant for leaders at IIM Ahmedabad. There's another client of mine who, in her functional expertise, a 7-level course she has got sponsored from her organization, and they give her time when it is the exam day. They compensate. Of course, she compensates for her work later, but they give her those holidays during those exam times. So find out, if you are a person who's looking for growth, who wants to enhance his degree or had some more certifications so that you can do better in your role, then look out for such companies who are ready to offer the employees these kind of facilities.
Also, it's important to check your priorities while selecting a job, while selecting a company. What are your priorities today? What is that is more important for you? Based on that, take a decision, that company, that organization, or that role. These are...
In fact, I would like to ask all the people who are right now live with us, like we mentioned a few things. What are the things that you would look into when you're selecting an organization? It's just not about the organization offering you a job, right? You also have the right to choose the organization. So if you're choosing a company, what are the factors you will consider beyond the salary? to decide that this is the company I would like to work with. It's your comments, it's your priorities that will be shared with people on the LinkedIn, and they will know that this is what they need to offer if the employee has to be happy
Very true.
for a longer time in their organization. So please feel free to put it in the comment section. What is that you will seek in your new company? All of you, I would like to know what else are you seeking in a current or a new job if you want to stay there and outperform in your role. That would really be beautiful, because we'll be able to share it with all the people who are interested in keeping their employees truly happy. And once you've shared this priority, now let me tell you, all these things are really very, very important elements along with a good package. In fact, you can make some adjustment in the figures.
Yes.
If you're getting all of this from the company that you want to join.
Yes.
Both of us, when we sit and work with our clients to decide which company to join out of all the offers they have got, then in making that decision, it's just not the pay package.
Yes.
It is all these factors that we consider, and then we come and decide this is the place they would want to work. And most of the times I have seen my clients choosing a company where probably the salary was 2 to 5% lesser, but everything else was what they really wanted. And that is why they chose to be in that company. Yes. So, believe me, today you need to take this very important lesson about worth. Your true worth, if you don't know, others will never. For knowing your worth, like I said, you'll have to be better and be a better version of yourself every day. If you remain the same of what you were 1 year back, if you remain the same what you were 5 years back, then your worth is not increasing, because the market value remains stagnant of people who don't want to change, who don't want to adapt.
I think that's a height of insanity, right? You're doing the same thing, expecting some great results. So it's very, very crucial that you are doing something different. You created yourself where the market value, because if you want to add value to the market, you'll have to add value to your own self.
Absolutely.
And the more you add value to the market, that's how you become valuable. And naturally, when you're valuable, the price is going to be decided how valuable you are. It doesn't decide how many years you are in a company, how many, what kind. It's all about value today.
So, dear friends, keep increasing your worth.
Yes.
And keep looking out for organizations who will value your true worth, and only then join that company, because that's where this marriage between you and
the company
will sustain for a long time. You'll be happy working there. You'll come back happy, and that's what you'll spread to your family.
So thank you very much, all of you, coming here, participating, and being with us continuously. So thank you so much, all of you. So have a great weekend.
Enjoy your Saturday and Sunday. Spend time with your family, and see you again
next Friday.